My name is Hyelim Juliana Kim. I am Senior Advisor at Major Accounts at Mitacs, and I am the National Lead for Robotics Cybersecurity in Korea. And Mitacs is a not-for-profit Canadian government-funded agency, and we fund Canadian innovators and R&D innovation through our programs. So I will tell you more about our programs. But as you can see here, we have Canada-wide presence across from east to west coast. I am based in Montreal. And as you can see on the map, this is the kind of connections we make. We connect academia and industry in the innovation ecosystems. And we have 4 hubs. The headquarters is in Vancouver, and we have Toronto, Ottawa, and Montreal hubs. But we do have presence of our colleagues all across Canada. And this is a landscape analysis that was done by Avasant at the commissioned by ISED. ISED is the federal government Ministry of Innovation and Economy, and ISED is also our funder. So as you can see, Canada has a very diversified robotics ecosystem all across Canada. Of course, we do have a concentration of robotics-related activities in Ontario, as you can see here. But I am happy to say that from west to east, we do have a national presence of the robotics innovators. So in terms of Mitacs role, we are an entity that connects Canada's key players in the innovation ecosystem. Academia, entrepreneurs, other partner organizations, and governments, and we are the funder of those innovation projects. And our funders are the federal government as well as provincial governments, as you can see here. So, as I said, what we do is that we connect talents who work in your projects through our national network, and it helps our partner organizations, meaning the entity that has innovation or R&D projects, to get connected and hire the Mitacs talent to progress and advance their projects. So we have a long history with the academia in Canada. The 3 founders of Mitacs were actually university professors. Hence, the deep relationship we have with the Canadian academia. We have colleagues present almost at all the universities in Canada. And it has been 25 years since we were founded. And ever since the foundation, we have been working closely with all the academia and industries to advance the industry projects, and as well as help exchange of students from abroad and to Canada, and from Canada to abroad, to collaborative research projects in universities. And we have partnered with more than 11,900 industries in the private sector to benefit from Mitacs. And we have invested more than 1 billion Canadian dollars since 2010. And we have more than 100 advisors, such as me, to help and accompany companies in need of talent and funding. So just brief word about our flagship programs. We have Accelerate and Elevate, the programs to help research projects, business strategy internship to fund innovation projects. And for us, innovation projects are optimization, improvement, commercialization, market analysis type of projects. The structure is the same in those 3 funding programs. And Global Link is a bit different in format in the sense that this program is academia to academia collaboration. We can receive students from partner country to come to Canada and do research projects in the Canadian universities. And we can also send Canadian university students to abroad in our partner countries. And France is a very active user of Global Link. And our Mitacs programs, for industry partners can start very small, meaning with one student working with one company and with one university for 4 to 6 months. And the amount is 15,000 Canadian dollars for the student, and we fund 50% of this amount. But you can also do many units with many students, with multi-year projects, and it can also be with several universities and several companies, consortium type of projects. So it can be a very big scale projects. And we do have some companies, large multinational and startups as well, who utilize our programs year after year. Mitacs program and funding becomes part of their R&D planning. And we do have specific programs for startups as well. For startups incubated at Mitacs certified incubator, they can have the founder to be Mitacs intern at their own startups. So we fund the founder's salary up to 50%. And we have Mitacs travel grant for startups to go abroad to attend conferences, business forums, meet potential investors or potential customers. We fund their travels up to 5 times, and we fund 5,000 per trip, and it's not a matching fund. It's really 100% from Mitacs. But of course, if the travel expenses go above 5,000, then whatever is above 5,000, it's 100% to the startups to fund. However, up to 5,000, we fund 100%. And a lot of startups benefit from this. So the benefits of doing Mitacs project is that you de-risk hiring of top talents because you can work with these interns who can be undergrads, master, PhD, and postdoc level students. And after the project, if you do have a great fit and you do like to retain those talents, then you can offer a job after the projects. But if you feel that one project with them was enough, then there is no other operational steps needed. You just finish the project and that's it. So it'll allow you to really to find the right talent for the project and for the company. And because we fund 50% of all the Mitacs internship you do with us, you can stretch your R&D dollars, meaning you can double your R&D investment. And you can view our talent as expertise that you do not have in-house. You can go get them at Canadian universities all across Canada. And you can utilize Mitacs network and project funding to streamline your talent pipeline. And you can really tap into the Canada-wide network of talents and expertise. Some numbers. We did some stat analysis 3 years post Mitacs project completion, and we found that 66% of project partners still collaborate. 47% of our projects addressed the societal problem, and 17% adopted a new technology in our partner level, and 51% of the projects were commercialization projects, and they are commercializing right now. And we could see that in terms of sales, there was increase of 16%, labor productivity 11%, revenue went up by 9%, and wages and salaries for the employees of the industry partners went up by 14%, and employment went up by 11%. And some of the Mitacs past project examples, I am sure you've heard some of these Canadian companies. Avidsvot, they did a project with University of Waterloo, MDA with University of Toronto, ROBOTICS with Sherbrooke University, and Hydro-Quebec is our electricity company. However, they also did some robotics related project with McGill in Montreal. So this is a very brief overview of what we do. And I thank you for your attention. And if you have any question, do not hesitate.
Thank you. Very nice picture. So any question about that? Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Hi, Juliana. One question on my
Yes.
side. On
Yes.
the slide 14, you mentioned some benefits from your partners, and it's quite interesting to have a look on the impact of such entity. And I'm curious to know how you collect this information.
Okay, so this was where we do have our own data preservation system, our CRM and our project funding platform, but it was corroborated by Statistics Canada data.
Okay, so basically they ask your partner about the impact.
And we also verified on Statistics Canada, which is a federal entity, to keep all the data, Statistics Canada. And we can see the progress of their revenues, number of employees, etc.
Yep.
So we can see concrete data of how our industry partners progressed before and after Mitacs project.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Any other question? No? Yeah, no, another question.
No question? Okay.
Hi, Juliana. Another question. Do you have partnership with French companies? And how can French companies apply to Mitacs program? And how can they be visible also?
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's what we do. A lot of international companies actually utilize Mitacs program as a soft landing tool, meaning when they want to penetrate the Canadian market and also North America in general. When they do Mitacs project, then we connect you with the local network, right? The academia and also with other partners, government and others. Because when we fund a company project, we are utilizing our funders' money, right? Government, federal and provincial. So we do help our Mitacs partners to gain visibility. We have yearly events, ceremony, award ceremony to highlight some top Mitacs projects, every year in Ottawa, we celebrate those top projects, and then a lot of other stakeholders are present in those events. So very naturally, you will gain visibility in Canada with top stakeholders, but also we do sometimes invite our industry partners to webinars, etc. And we do facilitate introduction to other stakeholders in the innovation ecosystem. So for a foreign company, we already have some French companies doing Mitacs project. I forgot the name, but there is one robotics company and in cybersecurity as well, IoT, etc. Who did many Mitacs projects with a prof in Polytechnique. And Starting November 2024, so this year, the structure of funding an international company will slightly change. We will require a Canadian partner. So a foreign company needs to work with a Canadian partner to benefit from Mitacs funding, but otherwise you will get the same benefits as a Canadian company, meaning we will fund 50% of all your Mitacs projects you do with us. There is no restriction on how many times you do, how long the project is, as long as there is a benefit to Canada, because we are using Canadian tax money. So you need to highlight in your proposal that your project will benefit to Canada as well. Okay. How you do that? You first connect with somebody like me. For the robotics, you can always come to me because I'm the robotics lead at Mitacs. We first need to receive a request for researcher, meaning you describe your needs in terms of what type of expertise you need to find so that you can progress and advance your project, you know, and also describe a little bit about your company, because people will apply to your proposal, right? And in order to attract the top talents, you need to give a little bit of description of your company, the potential, and what the project is, and how long the project will be. And once I receive that, then I will promote online. It will be on our website, on Mitacs website, and also distribute among my colleagues who work at the universities. And when there are interested parties applying to a project, then you can have exploratory meeting with those candidates. And once you find the right match, then you submit a proposal to Mitacs. You wait for the approval. And once your project is approved by Mitacs, you can start your project.